Squad and you're watching the L Sisters. Here I'm solo, as you can see, but the point of this video is to answer questions that you guys asked us when we put like a, what do you call them poll things. You can just like ask questions that were related to GCSEs. I'm answering it by myself because I just feel like we just feel like I went through like the proper GCSE going to the hall experience thing, whereas Goblin's year was the COVID year, so they didn't really do like that. So I didn't really get that GCSE experience, you know, the whole stressing exam today and then the English exam tomorrow, all this, that and the third, like that I went through. I think it's just best that I just answer you guys' questions because I don't know, I guess I would have like more informed answers, you know. It was brazy. I just turned on my phone, yeah, and then the first thing I saw, swipe this way, was a picture of me on results day. It was me on results day. Yeah, ew. Oh, ew, I went through it. Oh my god. That picture is not, ugh. People actually posting that around? Oh, I don't look good. Oh, my nose look good though. The music in the background is like, camera roll made its own like slideshow. But anyways, yeah, so I screenshotted your questions. I also saw some questions in our comment sections of our videos, so I'm also going to answer those as well, because why not? Just get started. When's the best time to start revising? The sooner the better. Like, honestly, the sooner the better, because sure, if you guys have another set of mocks soon, because I'm pretty sure, like, when we had mocks in December, like, we had summer mocks, December mocks, and I think we had March mocks as well. I think we had March mocks as well, so I feel like majority of you guys have already done your like December winter mocks, and I feel like you guys are going to start doing some March mocks as well. So I feel like the revision that you're doing for these March mocks is really like the start of your revision for like the actual GCSEs, and I feel like that's when you should start taking it like, dude, this is when you should start like making sure your notes are all good. I mean, you should have started making sure your notes were last year so that, you know, you didn't have to be writing up notes this year and you could just be memorizing them. But you know, things happen. So like, I feel like right now is when you should start making sure there are no gaps in your knowledge and no gaps on your flashcards, that you have everything that you need. If that means watching Sean, my guy Sean, free science lessons, do that. If that means reading Great Expectations, Macbeth, Spectacles, all that again, go and do that. Like, just make sure you filled in all the gaps. And I feel like now is the time that you should start doing that. Because if you wait until very much, when do things happen? GCSE start in like May, don't they? Yeah, start now, no questions. No questions asked. Like, now I think it's the best time to start revising, because at the end of the day, you don't want to leave anything to last minute, and like you're doing like 9 subjects and some people are doing 11 subjects as well, so it's kind of like, try to do as much as you can. How did you revise for triple science, but mostly chemistry? I didn't do triple science, I did combined science. The difference with that is that combined science, we learn less content than you guys do in triple science. And when it comes to our grading system, triple science students will get 3 grades. So 1 for chemistry, 1 for bio, and 1 for physics. Us combined science students, we got 2 grades. So it was just like 9, 8, 7, 7, 9. And that's because all your paper 1 grades will like be average, and all your paper 2 grades will be average, and that will give you like your overall grade. So that's the main difference. Those are the main differences. But revision wise, I guess like I can still give you advice, because it's at the end of science, it's just science. So I have to pull out the flashcards. Give me a minute. If you guys know me, you should know that flashcards have my heart. Let me find science. I want to show you guys my science first, because you're asking about science. I just split them up into like chemistry, bio, and physics, because before I clumped them all together, but it was going to be too big and it was starting to stress me out. But this is like my bag full of flashcards from GCSE. So you guys are like, why don't you sell them? Because call me selfish, yeah, but I put my blood, sweat and tears into these flashcards, send them away. Like, those people who are trying to buy it from me, you should be putting your blood, sweat and tears into your own revision. Like, don't even do that. My cousin was begging me to give my flashcards to her. I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. Like, you need to revise yourself. I'm like a low-key people pleaser, so I kind of did want to give them to her for free and everything, but I was like, nah, bunda, you're not getting it. Not even for, actually, I mean, if she offered me money, then, you know, that would be another conversation, but she didn't. So yeah, make your own flashcards. Is it focusing? I don't know. But yeah, chemistry, I just use pound what's it called, revision cards from Works, and I still use them to this day, because the Works will always have my heart. Flashcards will always have my heart. Essay based and the chemistries and the sciences, just all sciences, I think flashcards is the best. So the way I organize them is I use the specification. So for Us, it was like AQA, combined science, 4.32, whatever the hell the number was, I don't remember, but we had a specification, so I used that. And then I went through, like for chemistry, I went through all the topics, and then the top one topic was atomic structure and a periodic table, so I'd title it on top of the flashcards, and then I'll break it down like into, sorry if it's not focusing guys, I'm not, apologies, but I'll separate them into like each topic, so subtopics, so like separating mixtures, then scientific model of the atom, atomic structure, relative atomic mass, etc, etc. So I just like broke it down. And yeah, like I say when you write your flashcards, break it down into terminology that you understand, because like you could watch a video and like you don't understand what the guy is talking about, and you're like, what does that word even mean? Okay, search up what that word means, find a synonym, and if you can find a word that like easily explains that word for you, then write that instead of the hard word, because when you're looking back at these flashcards, you don't want to be like, what does that word mean again? You don't want to be like that. You want to be like, oh yeah, that. You know, it just makes the whole revision process longer, because it's already hard trying to memorize all this content. So make it much easier for yourself. Like try everything to make it much more easier. You know, the whole process. So yeah, this is chemistry. Like let's show you another topic, like chemical changes, another topic, and then the subtopics are on the front, and then at the back we'll have this looks like a lot, I know, but hey, I broke it down in language that I can understand, and if that means writing a lot on the back, that's what I'm gonna do, you know, and that's what you should do as well. Don't feel embarrassed that you have to like break things down even more to understand something while someone else can just understand it like that. I mean, at the end of the day, you're probably still gonna get the same grades, you just made it easier for yourself. And that's perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine. I don't know how to revise. Any tips? Methods, flashcards are my to go. Spider diagrams also work. I use that for history. Just give me a minute, because I actually just saw this the other day, so I'm actually glad that this question was asked. Anyways, yeah, okay, cool. Oh, these are just 2 out of 4. So each topic for history, what we did was my teacher gave us like spider diagrams that we had to fill in, like, and she would grade us. This one I got 5.6, which is not that great, but it's, you know, it's good. It's good enough, but it wasn't like the top. I think the top was like 9, 8, 9. I'm not sure, but yeah, like spider diagrams. And then obviously you can see improvement in this one because I broke it down. Which one was this? Key topic 1. This was key topic 1, and then you can see how I changed it up in key topic 2 by breaking it down into themes. So sorry for the shadow, but like I broke it down into themes: economical, social, political, physical, and propaganda. Is that what it says? Because I'm reading it from the back. It does. But you see, like, yeah, like, just use spider diagrams. If that helps you, especially for essay-based subjects, then go ahead. Just go ahead and do it. Because I feel like to condense like all the notes that you write in class, maybe the first step you should do is spider diagrams, and then from there, if you're understanding things more, you can condense it even more onto a flashcards, and then you'll have less to memorize, you know. So yeah, I'm actually just making it up as I go, because I didn't actually do that. I would just like go straight from the book to my flashcard when there should have been the middleman. Like obviously for history there was the middleman, because my teacher, I don't want to say forced us, but I mean she forced us to do the spider diagrams because she would grade us on it. But for like sociology and stuff, I didn't do the whole spider diagram thing, and I think that might have helped out when making flashcards, because sociology, if you do it, you know it's content heavy. You know it's content heavy, and I know, so I see on my few page people are like, I regret picking sociology. I'm seeing these youngers on my snap, and I'm like, yeah, I just see everyone's like, oh, sociology, I regret picking it. If someone should have told me there was going to be this much content. Well, there is, and I guess the middleman should be spider diagram, then you go to your flashcard so you have less content. Oh, I can give you websites. Physics and maths tutor. Physics and maths tutor deserve like a whole round of applause, because that website there, it saved me. It helped me so much, especially when it comes to English. Like there was a question here about English, so I will, you know, go into more detail when I answer that question. But physics and maths tutor, it's amazing. Use it for maths as well. It's a maths question, like physics and maths tutor, I just can't. It's amazing. How did you balance out your revision? Did I? The question is, did I balance out my revision? I didn't. I didn't know how to, like, I started to make a timetable, whatever, like I'm gonna revise maths on Monday, I'm gonna revise English on Tuesday, on Tuesday this. I didn't stick to that. I put it on the board, I put it on my wall, yeah. It was there for decoration, I didn't use it. Like, I think it's a waste of time trying to make those timetables, especially if you're someone who's a major procrastinator, because that, how is that really going to help you like actually study? Like, you're just going to look at it and be like, I'll do it tomorrow. Like, that's not really going to help you, in my opinion. So I just feel like it's self-discipline. That's just like how I managed to go through every single subject, because I didn't have like a schedule where it was like, I'm now going to do this and I'm not going to do that. It's just going to be like, I've done maths, but now I know that I have to do science. Even if I don't want to do science, I'm going to have to do it, because I know on Monday I have a test. So I can't be doing that procrastinating rubbish. I have to revise now. So it's more of self-discipline and just knowing that if you do not revise, you'll fail. And don't be surprised when you see X and U's on your paper. Like, why are you, don't even cry, because why are you crying? Because you knew, instead of revising, you're busy watching Love Island. Like, yeah, you just need to sort yourself out, to be fair. Like, and just know that if you're weakest at a particular subject and a particular topic, revise that, and don't revise the ones that you're actually very good at, because that's wasting your time that you don't have. Because you just know, oh yeah, I'm gonna get ego boost by doing things because I'm really good at quadratics. If you're struggling with vectors, you'd rather do quadratics than vectors, the thing that you're actually struggling. Vectors is probably gonna come up in that paper as well. Might as well go and revise vectors. Like, it's just more about self-discipline, knowing yourself, and you'll be able to find this balance. I personally don't think there's a thing called balance when it comes to revision, but you know. What are your best tips for English literature and English language? Reread the book for English lit. Reread the book that what's it called? Reread the book. You know the book, the play. That's it. Reread the play that we did. Great Expectation. No, that's not a play. Reread the novel. It was Great Expectations that I did, and the play was Macbeth. There we go. Yeah, the play that I did was Macbeth, and the novel that I did was Great Expectations. Reread it. I didn't really reread Macbeth. I reread Great Expectations because that's the one that we did like in year 10. So I had to like, you know, actually recall everything, because I couldn't really remember you can remember the basic of Pip's mum dad died, he was at the grave, and then his sister abused him and all of this. Like, oh, I'm really using very harsh words right now, but no, like, you can remember the basics of the story, but you need to understand the story. If you did this book like in year 10, you need to reread that book so you can actually familiarize yourself with like the tone, the tone, the moods of the story, and how it develops throughout throughout the whole book. Like, does it change at one point? Like, you just need to reread the book. And as for English language, you can't revise for that. I'm telling you now, you can't revise. If there's a question that you're struggling on, like, I remember I was struggling on question 2. Oh my gosh, when I was like, summarize similarities or differences of extract A and extract B. My friend, I struggled. That question was out of 8 marks, I was getting 2. No cap here, I was getting 2 and 3. If I got 3, I was lucky. I never got 4. I don't remember the last time I did that question I got 4. I don't even know what I got in my GCSEs, but I'm only hoping that I got at least like a 7, because I don't know what I got. Like, I wish we got to see our papers and stuff, but we didn't. But yeah, like, I never got, wow, I was actually really bad at that question. I don't know what was wrong with me. I just didn't know what I was doing. Like, I couldn't do it. But like, what I did was, on the day of the exam, I read examiners' reports, and I was like, oh, okay, so if like this is not getting marked by my teachers, this is getting marked by examiners, what do these examiners want to see? So I went and I did my own research. I read what these examiners wanted, and I put it in my stories, I put it in my answers. I made sure that they saw what they wanted, because like, you're not trying to impress your teacher here, you're trying to impress the examiner. This examiner could be having a bad day. If you just put something in there that they do not like, or they just think is unnecessary, if you don't impress them, they're just gonna be like, just give this one, I don't know, I'm just gonna give her this mark. Like, let's be real, examiners are like, they're humans, so they already have emotions. So if you upset them with your work, do you think they're gonna give you that 7 out of 8, or they're gonna give you 4? Like, examiners, as much as they're supposed to stay unbiased, they're humans. They have their own biases. If they're having a bad day, if they're bored already from marking all those words, if your work is the last work that they mark, just like, you're gonna have to earn so much, or they'll probably just give you like a no mark or something. I think it's best that you, memorize quotes that you do understand. That way you don't have to like be sitting in an exam stressing about how the heck am I gonna relate this to the question. Oh, and for English, for the play that I did with Macbeth, I made like a book. So I had like a notebook, and in the book, I would have a character profile, have quotes. I use physics and maths tutor for this. Physics and maths tutor has a lot of information, so this is where your critical thinking skills need to come in. You need to use your common sense, and you have to say, this is information that you really need, if you're just writing it down because it's fancy. Like, you need to write every single thing. That's what I'm saying. You have to pick which one's important. Pick the important information, pick the important facts, and write that down. If it's not important, if you don't even think you can remember it, if you don't even understand it, just to the side. Like, don't even try and memorize it, guys. This is stressing me out, because I just know some of you guys do this. I just know you sit there wasting your time trying to memorize everything when you could just be memorizing important facts. How did you revise for Spanish GCSE on any language in particular? I did French, and with French what I did was I made flashcards. And with my flashcards what I did was I didn't write the things that I knew. You see, French to me, it wasn't easy, but it was like, at home I speak Lingala and Congolese and that. Like, all the words are familiar, and I could just use my common sense and be like, this means that, innit? So I didn't try and write those like easy words on my flashcards. What I did was I wrote sentences on my flashcards, and my teacher was very helpful when it came to this, because she knows who's doing high, she knows who's doing foundation, she knows who can handle very top difficult like phrases and stuff like that, and she knows who like can't. Like, she just knows everyone's level, and she knew my level, and she gave me that would help me like answer things to the best of my ability. And she gave us like a lot of not articles, like just like a lot of extracts, let's just say, like a lot of practice, like practice paragraphs, and I would just like take some things from those paragraphs and write that. Like, you need to use your own initiative. If you think this is a very good thing that you can use in your own essay, just take it and put it on your flashcard and memorize it and use it in your own. Like, they're not gonna be in trouble for plagiarizing. Like, they don't care about that. They want you to write the good things. If you have to plagiarize, then do that. So that's how I revise for French. Apparently on the AQA website, because I did AQA French, on the AQA website you can find like a list of all the words that might pop up on the exam or something like that, their favorite words. That's true, but apparently there is, I'm not sure. I didn't see that when I was revising, because I didn't even know it existed. I had to get a 9 in psychology. I mean, I didn't do psychology, I did sociology. I do psychology now though, in the 6th form. But I guess you can use the same revision technique as sociology. And history, like flashcards and mind maps. Best advice for students who are behind in lessons. Now, I don't know why you're behind in lesson, if I'm being real. But anything can happen. Sorry, my chest makes me confused. Anyways, but anything can happen. So I guess if you're behind in lessons, ask your teachers what you've missed, any like worksheets they gave out in class, like as much as like ask them for anything that you missed out on, and go watch some videos, write some notes. Like, first of all, write notes in your books and then try to understand it. Then you can start doing the whole revision, putting it onto flashcards. Don't rush into just like revising for it, like just putting this gel on flashcards. I think you should like write your notes out properly, and then you should revise for it. But I think the earlier you organize your notes, organize yourself, then the better. How to revise maths and be consistent with revision. Revising maths, we have this website called Maths Watch, and you just go on there. My teacher could set homework, and we can do the homework. You could do independent work. You could just pick the topic you want to revise, whether it be like algebra, graphs and all of that. You can just pick, and you can just watch videos, little clips, and just answer questions. Or what did I do? We did physics and maths tutor. Physics and maths tutor, like, that actually is just a beautiful website. It really is. It's just an amazing website. It has practice questions, past papers. Do past papers, answer practice questions, because with maths it's literally just the same questions, but just like altered just to fit, just to make it make sense. You know, they don't want to put the same questions from the past papers, but they just really repeat the question, but just change it a little bit, just so that it can be different. And I feel like if you continue doing practice papers, you won't really be surprised by anything you see on the paper. I mean, my cohort, we were surprised. I mean, what was that last question on paper 1? We don't know. No one knows. No one will ever know, because did anyone even answer it? I don't know. If you did, then if you didn't, don't worry, we're in the same boat. Like 90% of us are in the same boat, because what was that question? But yeah, and being consistent with the revision, like I said before, self-discipline is key. If you're not disciplining yourself, if you don't want to revise, you're not going to be revising because you don't want it. So when you do, it's just like when people say you can't help people that don't want to be helped. So you need to help yourself. If you want to get those grades, you need to revise. You need to be putting the work in. You can't just expect to be getting 9s without actually doing some revision. Some people are naturally smart. Some people are they got high IQ, so yeah, they can go to sleep and then wake up and then do night before revision and just like get that 9 on that paper, or do minimal revision or no revision at all and still get a top grade. But not everyone's like that, and I don't think that's a very healthy way of like living life. Even if you're smart, like, I don't know, I feel like you should still revise. I don't know, like, I feel like you should still revise, because that way you can be your intelligence can be sharp, you know. But yeah, like, you just need to wanna revise. You don't wanna, you just scare yourself in it. Like, just be like, if I don't revise, I'm gonna wake up on results day, I'm gonna get my paper and I'm gonna see 4s. Not even 4s, that's not a fail, 3. I'm gonna be seeing 3s at you. And you don't want that. You definitely don't want that. Oh, someone say, hey, just wanna say I love your videos. You guys are so inspiring and entertaining. Keep it up. Thank you. Currently in year 10 and want to know how to organize all my sheets, booklets, as they can get quite messy. Also, when is it the best time to start revising? Thanks. Just a sweet comment. And also, when it comes to organizing your sheets and booklets, put them in wallets. Like, I put them in, what's it called? Just like these Wilco plastic wallets. Just put them in here. Like, just organize. If this is maths, put it in maths. If there's an English one, put an English one. Like, it's not, you don't need a folder. I mean, if you want a folder, you can get a folder, but you don't need like an actual folder. All my maths books go in here because I don't know where else I'm supposed to put them, and I don't want them to just be sitting in my bag. I don't like that. I don't like when books are just sitting there like that, unless it's my like notepad or whatever. But yeah, just put them in plastic wallets, and if you want to put them somewhere else to like organize it properly, then you can put it in like a folder or the thing that I just showed. I don't know what you call that. But yeah, those are all the questions that I had to answer today, and I hope I answered your questions like very coherently. I hope you guys understand my answers. I know I was waffling a bit. I know I was going off on a tangent a little bit, but I was just trying to get my points across. I was just trying to make sure you guys understand and understood what I said. So yeah, if you guys have any more questions, I'm obviously happy to answer. I'm pretty sure Gowan wouldn't mind answering any questions about her experience and how it was for her, especially in COVID year. Like, I think that's actually a good thing that she could talk about. But yeah, if you guys have any questions that you guys want to ask us, then feel free. Like, it doesn't just have to be about GCSEs, just in general. And if you guys have any video suggestions, then yeah, leave it down below. And I wish you guys all the best, yeah, with your GCSEs, and even those who are doing their A-levels this year. Like, I wish you guys all the best, and yeah, I just hope you guys get what you want, and I'll see you guys in our next video. Bye.
You're the only one I'm trying to be. Trips that you plan for the next whole week. Been too long for me, so cheap, and your flex so deep, your sex so deep.